Sup, y'all? It's Lee313. No, it's been a long time. Today's video, we're going to be talking about the March 17th update, the Alex update, and we're going to be talking about Ken's changes and what they mean to me, like my thoughts on these changes. The first one is standing medium kick. Standing medium kick, the first change on it is they removed the scaling. So that means the first hit of a combo starting with stand medium kick does more damage. So this means that if you are using it as a hit confirm, because now it can be cancelable into any super level 1, level 2, level 3, it's going to do more damage. And I'll show you what that means. For example, good old Street Fighter 6, right? People like to drive rush, right? So now an underrated button that people don't check enough with is Ken's stand medium kick. This button is actually really good at stopping drive rush. See, I got the dummy here, drive rush and crouching medium punch, right? Now that we can actually cancel this, this is going to do a lot more damage on checks. This is a really, really cool change. I really like this change. I think it's gonna matter a lot when like those end game situations or those drive rush situations when they have like 40% left. I wouldn't immediately try to always check the drive rush with stand medium kick, but if they have enough health where you can kill them with a level 1, level 2, or level 3, then I would definitely try to check a drive rush with this, with that in mind. This also stops us by getting hit by DI. Let's record a dummy real quick doing DI. All right. This also can... It makes the button more threatening and neutral. Like, we can actually throw this out and buffer a super behind it, which is really awesome because back in season 1, we used to get killed by just pressing this button. But now it's actually more of a threat. Let's try not to get hit, obviously. But as you can see, now it's an actual button that we can throw in neutral and hopefully not die. This is a really cool buff. I really like it. I think this is my favorite one so far in this whole change list. Alright, now we're going to talk about crouching heavy punch. This one's interesting too. They changed the frame data on block from -10 to -7. And they also changed the drive gauge reduction on block. Changed from 5,000 to 6,000. That's a big deal too. Both of these changes right here are really good. We'll talk first about this -7 situation, which is really interesting. This actually allows us, it actually mentions it right here, this actually allows us to be safe if we go from crouching heavy punch into heavy Jinrai. This will save us not getting DI'd, and this can also open up a lot more pressure just in general, because the reason why you even want to go for crouching heavy punch on block into a heavy Jinrai is for that drive gauge meter. It's to burn them out. It's to hit them. It's to pressure their drive gauge. I'll show you an example of what I mean by that. We got the dummy on block. Let's make sure. Got him on block, and on reversal, he's gonna do DI. Now the recent change is that before, if you used to go from crouching heavy punch into heavy Jinrai, we used to get blown up for that. It wasn't real, right? That it only became real after conditioning them from not pressing the button. But with this recent change, now we can actually DI. We actually have the ability to cancel the last few frames of that into a DI, which is insane. And it's really good. And the reason why you would want to be doing this, like I mentioned earlier, is because of drive rate, the drive gauge meter. A common block string that Ken players do is this. which is heavy Jinrai from heavy punch. This is also to damage their drive gauge meter, but as you can see, I can't cancel into DI. But this gives us more meter damage and the ability to cancel into a DI last second. What's the restart button? All right. As you can see, it's really useful. I like this change too. I think it's underrated. I think it's better than what people think. It's a really good change, and the fact that it does a lot more drive gauge meter. Let's make the dummy not do anything, and we can compare them. For example, Ken's stand heavy punch into heavy Jinrai. As you can see, that almost does a meter of drive gauge damage, but crouching heavy punch into heavy Jinrai does a full bar. These are things that we got to be aware of, because that's really good. And if we're messing them up, like doing this stuff, it's gonna hurt their meter really bad. This is a really good pressure button now. But in between, forgot one little detail that could happen is that they can still mash. They could still mash a jab between those two options, right? But if they start doing that, that's when you start bringing in the medium Jinrai. This is technically not a frame trap, but once you condition them into thinking they can't press, then yes, they can die for it. Because there's a lot of options Ken can do to punish that jab. Next change I want to talk about is the forward light kick Jinrai follow-up, the low. We're not going to talk about this one right here, the Shoryuken quick dash, because it's pretty much, if I had to summarize it, it's pretty much just like, it makes sure all your quick dash hits of the Shoryuken hit is most likely to hit. It's adjusted so it's harder to miss the hits on a combo on the run follow-up DP. So I'm not really gonna talk about this. I'm pretty sure I can probably simulate it on the fucking training mode, but I'm not gonna go through the trouble of that. But we're just gonna talk about his important changes, like the follow-up on the light kick, the follow-up Jinrai light kick. They increased the damage from 500 to 600, and they also increased the frame data by 4 frames on counter hit. So if that follow-up hits, that light kick, if it hits, they increased it by 4 frames. It's really useful. And by the looks of it, they also made it a hard knockdown. Let's take a look at it, and I'll show you the new Oki setups I've seen people do on Twitter. I didn't come up with these, but they're really interesting. All right, so we got the dummy here, mashing on the light kick follow-up right there. As you can see, Ken is plus 32. So with a forward dash heavy punch, he is plus 2, right? I mistimed it. He's -1 there, but that's because I mistimed it. But he is +1. See, I mistimed it by 1 frame, but he is plus. But he's not in throw range. This is the only thing that you got to be aware of, right? This is useful just for, you know, messing up their meter and like attacking their drive gauge. See, that's +2. Another thing you should notice is that it's also a hard knockdown. When they get hit by this, it's a hard knockdown. They stay in place now, which is really cool. Another follow-up you can go for, a meaty setup, is this overhead right here. You are -1, and you're not in throw range neither, but in burnout, you'll be +1, which is really good in burnout. But the cool thing is that now they got to worry about a stand heavy punch or an overhead, which, you know, adds to mental stack on their wake up. And it's up to you if you want to go for that follow-up or not, because you could just do this, you're +2 in their face, and you can go for a throw. So once you condition them to block those 2 follow-ups, then you start throwing. And it's up to you what you want to do, right? Because, like, you don't even have to go for the quick dash. You could just dash and shimmy. It's up to you what you want to do after that. That's a really good update. That's a really good change right there. That is definitely going to help with his offense. they adjusted OD kicks. They changed the active frames from 4 to 6. This gives Ken new combos. Really cool combos, from what I've seen. I don't know them, but I could show you 1 or 2 of them that are really interesting. But this gives him a lot of return on his DI punish counter combos. So if someone DIs you and you DI them back, you can really hurt them now with just 2 bars of meter. It's actually insane. We're gonna switch over to Ken, and I'm gonna show you what I mean. It gives him ability to do things like that. That is very useful. Very useful change. That's one of my favorite changes too. I ain't gonna lie. I like the fact that he has the ability now to do new combos. And the last change is his Super Art 2 doing more damage on punish counter and in counter hit. This is really useful for moves like let's say like Manon, for example. Let's pick Manon. I can show you in training mode real quick. If we pick Manon, her stand heavy kick is like -6, and you'll end up blocking this move a lot just because how wide her hitbox is. But it's also -6, so you can punish with a level 2. Let's see. That does way more damage. Last season, I think it used to do like 2,800, 2,600 around there. But now that after this recent change, that's actually really useful. I think the only reason why they changed that is because now this is special cancelable. I think it's just because this is special cancelable now. They have to change the damage on it. Make it like an actual like worth it hit confirm. I think these changes are like really good. I don't think this will shoot Ken up the tier list at all, but I think it's worth playing him again. I ain't gonna lie. I really like that stand medium kick cancel. It's really useful, and his new Oki off his follow-up Jinrai is really good too, and his crouching heavy punch. It gives him more pressure, but this ain't like tier worthy, like top tier worthy changes. I think these are just like quality of life changes that will make them more viable, I guess, like more reliable. But these changes, like the rest of the characters on this list, it's not much, but they are really interesting. I like the fact that Ken got some really cool looking combos. I'll probably post some after this video to show you the possibility of them, but I'm pretty sure I just saw a bunch of them on Twitter, and I just haven't sat down and practiced them yet. Hope you guys have a good day, and this is the video.